Hello and welcome to Faviola the CEO Hustler, your business coach for aspiring interpreters and entrepreneurs. This is your go-to place to start and help you grow your career, your business, as well as your lifestyle. My name is Faviola Valencia and I am your host. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Couldn't sleep, so I figured why not do a little video or maybe some podcasting and, getting ready for next week. Anyhow, just real quick here. For those of you that have not joined or subscribed to my YouTube channel or my podcast, make sure that you sign up and subscribe. Take me with you. Learn more with regards to who I am, what I do, and what I provide, as well as how I can help you. Well, today I want to talk a little bit more with regards to, I see many of you who, and I know I've spoken with regards to this before. Being an entrepreneur, like I said before, it is very rewarding, but at the same time, it can be very challenging. And what I mean is that many of you start these side hustles, these side gigs, or these businesses and expect for your business to just boom from one day to another. And 30 days in it, you don't see your business blooming, and therefore you stop that particular business and jump on to another side hustle, or go on, or you sign up to this new MLM, or you're just like everywhere, here, there. And I don't think that's a good idea, because believe it or not, many of us who started our business, some of us did get lucky. Some of us, our business did bloom and did flourish within a few months, a few weeks. But it took a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and just really doing a lot of trial and error, and really understanding our niche, really understanding who our target audience was and what our business was about. And when you're here, there, everywhere, downloading this, downloading that, going here, going there, it can be very overwhelming, and it's just going to sidetrack you, and it's just really not going to help your business. I can't stress that enough. So it's very, very important that you create a plan, that you create a process in order for your business to grow, in order for your business to flourish, in order for you to know who you're going to be servicing, who your products are going to be for, who your services are going to be for, and please stop going here or there. And another thing is, when you're starting, you're promoting this one particular product or service, 30 days later, it doesn't work out. And then you start with this other product and service. And, your audience, that audience that you're building, and that audience that may not be purchasing from you, or that is starting to get interested in you, next thing you know, they see you promoting this other product, this other service, and they start wondering, so what happened to that other product and service that you were just offering 30 days ago? So what happened with that? So then they don't, that trust that you were starting to build just goes out the door. Why? Because why would someone be interested in your product and your service if you're switching, from one day to another, and you're just not being consistent? So really, really, find something that you're going to love. Find something that you're passionate about. Find something that, you can wake up every single morning and say, this is exactly what I wanted to do. This is exactly what I want to do. Because otherwise, you're just going to be all over the place. And you're just going to be that next person that everybody just gets tired of hearing from, because, they're no longer going to trust you, because, again, you were all over the place. So if you are struggling with deciphering your business or your career, make sure that you check out my channel. Again, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my podcast. I have this one particular video and podcast, Entrepreneurship is Awesome. If I can do it, so can you. Listen into that and see if that gives you a little bit more motivation and understanding of how entrepreneurship works. Because I think many of you think that it's going to be easy peasy because you see so many people online right now just, being glamorous and glittery. And, yeah, it can be something that, just attracts you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's how they started. No, they didn't get there overnight. And I think many of those online business coaches, they're portraying, a lot of them, believe it or not, are just portraying this awesome business. And, they've spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on buying all this equipment, buying all of these apparatuses, buying all of these things just to make their business glow and look beautiful and pretty. But let me tell you, for those of you that are starting out, you don't have to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on equipment, on plugins, on products, on services, on things to help promote your business. There are so many tools out there that are for free. And as a business owner who started her business over 19 years ago, I was one of them. Yes, I spent thousands after thousands of dollars of, to promote my business, because I wanted to be at par with all of these big top-notch companies. But then quickly realized that, you know what? I was wrong. I had to go back to the basics. And what I meant by the basics is when I first started my business, I was printing business cards from my printer. I was making these makeshift flyers from my computer, and they worked. Why? Because my clients didn't care about how pretty or glamorous they looked. They cared about the products and services that I was providing, the professionalism, the quality of service that I was giving them. That's what they cared. And that's how all of the word of mouth started and how my business bloomed. They didn't care about all of this glam. So then I went back to the basics with regards to, paying top notch for this beautiful website. At one point, I paid, I think, like $7,500 for a website. It didn't really help me, and then plus I still had to pay all these monthly fees to get my website service. So then it's like, wait a minute, I paid $7,500 for a website that's really not bringing in new business. So then again, went back to the basics. Hiring SEOs. I can't express it enough that, in order for you to be able to run a successful business, you have to self-train yourself to know the ins and outs of business, to really know how to maneuver through computers, through programs, through all of these, gadgets that we have now that will help our business. But in order for you to be able to train somebody else, you have to know how to do it. Because at the end of the day, if you decide down the line that you want to hire employees or staff or contract, and check out my virtual assistant blog, as well as my podcast and my YouTube channel, that I talk about different things in every single channel. So make sure that you listen into all three of them and that you read through the blog. Because at the end of the day, let's say that your employee is out sick. Then what is that particular job going to stop because they're sick? No, you have to be able to jump in and take over that task. So if somebody just decides to, stop working for you, is that particular job going to stop? No, you have to jump in and get it done. So when I will be talking a little bit more with regards to the difference between entrepreneurship, freelancer, as well as CEO. Because these online CEOs that you see online, it's not what it is. Okay. As a former CEO, trust me, being a CEO, it's awesome. That power, that greatness that you get, that feeling of just empowerment is great, but there's a cost to it. A cost that I will never go back, because many people ask me, why aren't you no longer a CEO? again, if you check out my blog, you're going to see I talk more in depth with regards to why and when I decided to stop being a CEO. It took so much, and I didn't even see it. It took away from my family. It took away, took my father. I mean, I blame my CEO empowerment business that I was so just, I was all about, doing and running my business. And meanwhile, my father was in my house dying from brain cancer. And I was so busy putting out fires that I didn't have my phone with me. And meanwhile, people were calling me and calling me, trying to get a hold of me. And since I told my staff, I'm not taking any phone calls, I don't care who it is. And nobody related the phone call on how important it was. And my father was actually dying at home. And that is when I decided, you know what, enough is enough. Now, I consider myself an entrepreneur now, where I work when I want, from whenever I want. I work my business around my family. I no longer work my business or my family around my business. My family is priority. So for those of you that have contacted me and say, you know what, I want to be like you, again, there's still a cost to this. When you're first starting out, you have to put in the work. But there's a way to do it to where you're not putting your family to the side, because many of you have babies, many of you have children, and many of you, I cannot say this enough. Don't put your family to the side when you're running a business. Many people, many online CEOs, business coaches will tell you that your family will understand because the fruit and the rewards will come after. No, that's bullshit. Okay, because you're going to quickly realize 5-10 years from now that how much you missed out on your kids, on your family. Many of them even lost their they got divorced, or they no longer have that couple because they were just so into business. Please, people, don't do that. There's ways, methods, and procedures and planning on how to get your business going without putting your family, your loved one to the side. So make sure that you continue to tune in and let me know your thoughts, comments, send me a video, post your comments on whether or not you agree or disagree with what I'm telling you. So I hope some of this 411 helps you. And again, don't mind the non pretty and glamorous because it's Sunday. And like I said, I couldn't sleep. So why not just give you guys a little bit of 411 to help you out? So if you are looking into starting a business, make sure that you know what you want to do. Make sure that you're passionate about it, and make sure that you love what you do. That is the only way it's going to work. Secondly, it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. 3, it's going to take planning. So make sure that you get it done. Have an awesome day.